Hey YouTubers, it's the Stush Channel, and today I'll be reviewing the first half of the LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. Today is December 12th, so if you guys are opening the Advent Calendar properly, you guys should be on day 12 of the Advent Calendar, and this is the baby that we got on day 12. Awesome freaking figure. I really don't understand why they included a soccer ball. Maybe it's a volleyball. I don't really know. This is Christmas themed, so I don't really know why they included a figure that's looks like he just came from Hawaii, but anyways, it's cool. So we're going to be basically just reviewing the first half of the Advent Calendar, seeing what we got, seeing what's cool, seeing what's kind of whatever lame. And yeah, let's get started. So day one started off really strong with the Republic gunship. I think they put this in here because of the UCS one they did. That's the only thing I can think of. But whatever the reason was, fantastic choice putting this in here. I think it's a great design. When I first built it, I thought it was a little wonky, but it's really grown on me. I really like how they utilize this window piece as the open area where the clones are, or where the Jedi or clones are being transported. It looks fantastic. The use of the bucket handle for the two front blaster guns on the front of Republic gunship, another fantastic use of a piece. Overall, I think it looks really good. I'm really impressed with this. Again, started off very strong for day one, and we continued to go strong with day two with a figure that I feel like is starting to get a little bit overused. It's been put a lot of sets. It's been put in the Republic gunship. It's been put in the Advent Calendar now, and it's also been in the clone, not battle. I mean, it's technically a battle pack, but the clone minifigure packs. You also get one of him. So he's been being put in a lot of sets, but a fantastic figure. I think he looks really good. Of course, there's the controversy between like the Phase 2 and Phase 1 armor, and well, it's not even a controversy, but how LEGO is starting to make some of their clones look really inaccurate. But I still think this figure looks really good. I think it's a fantastic set to be put in the Advent Calendar. It's been a long time since an Advent Calendar has included a LEGO Clone Trooper from any phase. So I really like the inclusion of this. I think kids will really like this, and I like having another one to just put on display. Now, the next thing we had for day three, I don't remember the name of this ship, but if you have Battlefront 2, all of us have been the ship at least one time. This is my favorite ship to use when I'm playing Battlefront and I'm on the droid side, when I'm on the Separatist. This is the fastest ship, and it shoots really, really fast. So might not be the coolest looking ship, but it's definitely the best when it comes to Battlefront. I think this is a really cool, unique design. I think they did a really good job with the pieces that they had and how small of a scale that they have to make these builds. The back looks fine, except for this red Technic piece sticking out the back. Doesn't look the best. But that red Technic piece makes it seem like it has the eyes like the ship has when it flies. The ship has like red-ish looking eyes poking out the sides, and I think that red Technic piece accomplishes that. And then this piece, while it's a flimsy and it can kind of pop out a little bit, if you guys can see that, pops out kind of easy, and then you kind of have to push it back in. It's still overall a really good design, really good build. I'm very happy with this. Now, next build. I believe that this is a clone Venator, one of the Venators. The ones you see in Attack of the Clones, the ones that are landing on Geonosis, also the ones that are in the sky and you see all the Republic gunships flying out of the bottom. I believe that's what this ship is. That's all I can think of. Maybe it's a ship from the First Order, but I'm not quite sure. But I believe that's what it is. Compact build. No particular reason why I think they included it in this, but just to be one of the builds. I don't think every build in the Advent Calendar has a meaning necessarily to why it's in it. I think they just pick ships and they build, they try to build it to the best of their ability. So I like this a lot. Not as cool, in my opinion, as the first three things we got in the wave, but not bad. It's cool. Now, this is a tradition for Advent Calendars to always include a B1 battle droid, and they carried that on with this Advent Calendar. There's been a B1 battle droid in every Advent Calendar that I can think of, every Advent Calendar that I've ever had. You can never have too many of these guys, so I guess that's nice. But when you open it, and you see that this is what you got, it's a little bit disappointing. Because you're excited to build something or get a cool new figure, and then it's a B1 Battle Droid. It's a little disappointing. It's not exactly exciting. Maybe it'd be exciting if it was one that had some special printing on it, like it was a commander or captain or pilot, but it's just a regular B1 Battle Droid. This is one of my favorite builds that we've gotten for day 6. So cool. Now, this is on the front of the box, or the back of the box, I believe. So I already knew that we were getting this in an advent calendar, but just building it and actually seeing it in person and holding it, I love the design. Yes, it can break easy. The wings can fall off very easy, but I'm not a kid, so I don't play with these. So just having it on display is all that matters to me, and I think it looks great on display as a miniature Bad Batch Shuttle Marauder. Now, LEGO is just really wants to get at a lot of its fans. We have Luke's Land Speeder, one of 600 LEGO has made in all scales, all of them. There's been play scale, we have the advent calendar mini version, and we have the UCS one. Well, I think it's the best Land Speeder in an advent calendar we've ever gotten. I think it uses the best designs. The uniqueness of both of the engines, how this one's a little bit more rusted and dirt and broken down, and the other one is very accurate. I think this piece looks really good for the top part, and then I believe that's Luke and C-3PO, but I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure those are the two figures that they tried to represent, which is studs on here. So they did a great job, but if you've seen my short on this one, I end up throwing it against the wall because it's like, come on, like really? Lego's thing with Luke's Land Speeders is just, I don't know why they like that so much. Now we have this is a little Easter egg. This is the ship that Luke Skywalker plays with. You only see him play with it one time, but he lays on his bed and he just plays with this for a brief second. And A New Hope. So, yeah, and then you'll see this in the Kenobi show when we learn Obi-Wan Kenobi has bought this from a Jawa to give to Luke Skywalker when he was just a young boy as a toy, as a gift. So that's really cool. While this isn't my favorite for whatever reason, I just don't seem to care about this as a build. I still think it's really cool that LEGO included this, and I really like this ship as a small Easter egg when it comes to being in Star Wars shows and just Star Wars in general. Now we start getting onto the very unique figures that you can only ever get in this set. Now we have the C-3PO with his ugly R2-D2 sweater. I think it's super cool. I like the uniqueness of this figure. You can get the head of C-3PO and the legs and plenty of other C-3POs, but what makes this so unique is the ugly sweater. I think the figure looks really good. I think it's a great advent calendar inclusion. Great figure. Yeah, I like it. Now, what we have next is something from Tatooine. You see these all over Tatooine, next to the Cantina, Mos Eisley. Yeah, and you also see this a lot in Mandalorian, in Mos Pelgo, I believe. Yeah, Mos Pelgo. These are really common. I'm not quite sure what they are, but yeah, you see them a lot. Unique little build. It's cool. It goes really well with the Luke's Land Speeder, and it also goes really well with the next day's build, which is this speeder, which you also see on Tatooine in A New Hope. So, super cool that they included that. At first, I wasn't quite sure what it was, but when I finished building it, I immediately knew what it was. It's that little speeder that you see in the background in A New Hope. You don't really see any main characters use it, and you don't see it a lot. It's only for a couple brief seconds at different time slots when Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi are approaching the Cantina. And day 12, to end off the first half of the Advent Calendar very strong, we get the Darth Vader with his Hawaii tank top, which actually is a tank top showing Scarif, which is the planet at the end of Rogue One. You know, because of the massive tower there, it looks exactly like you got a couple of TIE fighters and the Death Star. I think it's a really cool figure, and I think this is something that would be really cool as like a little blind bag promo exclusive. But when it comes to my advent calendars, I want Christmas minifigures when I'm getting special minifigures like this. About 2 years ago, they did a Darth Vader wearing an ugly Christmas sweater, and that was really cool. And I feel like if you're going to include a Darth Vader, make him Christmassy, or don't include him at all, because I don't ever see myself displaying this any future Christmas years from now. I don't ever see myself displaying this figure up with all my other Christmas Star Wars figures or anything Christmas, because nothing about this screams Christmas. It's, I mean, it's, don't get me wrong, it is a cool figure, but it has nothing to do with Christmas, so I'm a little confused why this was included in the advent calendar, but it's cool. I'll take it. I like the figure. I really like that they included the arm printing that Darth Vader has. Really smart on Lego's part. Well, not even smart. I'm glad that Lego included it. Super cool. So, in review, I would say that the first half of the advent calendar is great so far. It's going to be like this every year, where you get a mix of some really good builds and then some builds that are mediocre, and then just some builds that are just there because Lego needed to make so many builds to fill up some of the spaces in the days, which I think this is one of those builds where maybe they ran out of ideas and they just needed something to fill one of the slots for one of the days. I've always thought the B1 Battle Droid has always been an excuse for that. Just one less day that any of the designers have to worry about making a build for. But otherwise, super cool. Really impressed Lego. I cannot wait to see what the next 12 days bring, what kind of figures and builds we get. I'm sure some of you have watched the reviews, so you know every figure and you know every build that's in this set, but I try to stay clear of that. Some of the builds you can't help but know of because they're on the front of the box, or you accidentally see a photo on Target of one of the builds, which happened to me for a few. But a lot of these builds, I don't know what they are, so I'm really excited to find out what the rest of them are going to be. So stay tuned for more video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this, and goodbye.